in the studio right now. I've got Doug and Scott and Jim and Brett and Brett. Built to Spill live in studio. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we are super excited to have you here. So appreciate you taking the time out of your day and schedule to play for KEXP.
Sure thing.
Do you want to play a couple songs?
Sure.
Awesome. Thank you.
Now we're going to tune our guitars for a little while.
Beautiful. Built to Spill live in studio here, KEXP. Oh yeah, the name of the song. That is from the new record, There Is No Enemy. And Built to Spill playing tonight and tomorrow night at the Showbox at the Market.
So the game seemed fun till you lost after all this time. Has to make you cry, but you don't, and you don't know why. Solve this doesn't mean it's not that bad. Everyone gets through the night, and everyone wakes up alright. And the fear you feel will pass, and the calmness then will last. We will learn to drift off fast. Another nowhere lullaby. You can rest or you can try, and this wasted shines in every way. Yeah, this wasted shines in every way. Make me laugh every single day, and you've never made me cry. Made 15 years fly by. You're still here and you don't know why. Has it been that long? Where's the time at the table gone? Hope it's longer than that now. Don't forget we don't know how. Everyone gets feeling down, but everybody understands. We're all doing what we can. Another nowhere lullaby. You can rest or you can try, and this wasted shines in every way.
Built to Spill live on the afternoon show here, KEXP. Again, thank you for taking time to play for KEXP listeners.
Did you say live on the air?
Yes.
Oh.
You still do that?
We do that. Which is kind of unusual. I know a lot of radio stations don't do live, even though they say that's what it is. But again, it's great having you on, playing tonight and tomorrow night at the Showbox at the Market. And then I think you guys, you're going to Spokane and then back home, right?
That's it, yep.
Is that it for the, I know you've been on the road for about 2 months now. The album came out in early October. Is this sort of a break for the holidays, or do you?
Exactly.
Yeah. And so you don't have an official, like, sort of, we don't tour during the basketball season kind of rule?
Ooh, that's not a bad idea.
When you're on the road for like a couple months at a time, do you find it necessary to figure out ways to detach from music, or is it all just sort of business, work, play? Do you have time to do any pickup games or hang out? Or
Yeah, we all have other things we do. We play music. We don't work on. When we're at home, we work on music in our own ways and stuff, and record and do things. So when we're on tour, we play music for an hour and a half a night, and the rest of the time we don't think about music too much.
Yeah. Is it? Do you wish you had more time to play music, or do you kind of have to, just because you're so busy getting from place to place? And
Yeah, you get your fill. Playing an hour and a half a night is a lot of music, really.
Yeah.
You save yourself up for it a little bit. At least that's kind of how I think of it.
Yeah. I know in the past, I've read that you've worked songs out sort of collaboratively during sound checks and stuff. Do the songs continue to evolve live? Is there much improvisation in the performances these days?
Yeah, I guess I kind of think of it as for myself, it's a more kind of subtle improvisation where it's more, not you're playing the same chords, but doing them with different feel, or mixing the rhythms up a little bit. It's just kind of doing things to keep it interesting to ourselves in the moment.
And I would imagine with three great guitarists that they could, playing off each other would be pretty fun and inspiring on a nightly basis.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we have the freedom to sort of be able to, leave some open spaces, things that you can't do with one guitar.
Yeah, that's part of what is just so amazing about your sound. You've got the sweet pop songs and the epic guitar pieces as well. In that last song on the album, there's horns in the song. Tell me about that.
Just sort of had some ideas that thought horns would sound nice on, and the producer knew a guy in LA that came down and played on it. He did a great job, and it's fun. Yeah,
it sounds great, and it gives it a cool. I don't know. There's just a soulful quality to the horn parts in the song.
Sure, yeah. Well, we like soul music and reggae and stuff. I'd love to have more horn stuff, but was never able to really come up with things, or haven't really collaborated with a horn player enough to do much with it.
Is this sort of was this a good experience, and one that you'd kind of imagine doing more of down the road?
Yeah, I think so.
That's good to hear, because I know the press release. Your wife wrote a press release. It's really beautiful for the new record, and mentions in there that there was a moment where you thought maybe this might be the last album. And I would imagine in the creative process, that thought probably comes up a fair amount.
Sure, yeah, that, and also, I've done a lot of stuff, and we've done a lot of things. I don't know how much more Built to Spill is really necessary,
Man, the new record is so good.
Aw, thanks.
From a listener perspective, I would say definitely necessary. Just KEXP listeners, you guys are like one of KEXP listeners' all-time favorite bands, right? Every time there's a new Built to Spill record, it's a very exciting event for us. So thanks for continuing to make them and make music as well. Is this the first album that you guys worked on digitally?
Yep. It is, yeah.
How was that experience? I would
Uh,
imagine that'd be quite a shift.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice in a lot of ways. We were a little leery about doing it and kind of didn't really want to do it in the first place, but it didn't take much to talk us into it or talk me into it, because I had gotten Pro Tools myself, a year before, and I enjoy all the, the things that are great about it, all the versatility and the, being able to take things home and work on mixes, like the real mix in my house, and be able to overdub at home and do things like that. But I'm not totally sold on digital quality stuff, just because, the things I grew up with, the records I love, weren't made that way, and I think that has something to do with why I love them.
Yeah, as a musician who, especially, you guys with sort of the guitar playing that you do, I'm sure tone is really important, and you probably hear things that...
Exactly, and we researched a little bit and just kind of did what most bands were doing, recording the drum tracks and bass onto tape, transferring that onto Pro Tools, and then going from there. So you retain some of that, and then mixing it onto tape and mixing it on a real board, and doing a lot of things like that try to maintain the integrity of what we think we like about music,
Mm-hmm.
the production.
Cool. Do you ever sort of bring stuff in the studio that you listen to that you're like, man, I would love to try and capture this essence, this kind of sound?
Well, I used to do that, and then it was never successful. But when you're working on stuff, of course you kind of do that. And when we're mixing things, we'd A/B it. We would listen to, I'd have my computer there and compare it to Beatles things or Led Zeppelin, just good classic rock things that just sound nice, that just acoustically, orally nice, pleasing to the ears.
Mm-hmm. I've been asking this a lot, just because the Beatle reissues have come out, finally, the remastered versions that, were first released on CD in '87 and finally, have been remastered, and there was a lot of attention paid to that. Have you had a chance to hear them?
No, and I don't know that I would know, be able to hear the difference.
You would.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a magical mystery to it.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
That's 7-Eleven.
Excellent. That's good that you can pick up Magical Mystery Tour 7-Eleven.
You like the way it sounds?
Yeah, it's beautiful sounding. Yeah. It's definitely something that I would recommend pretty much for everybody who's even got a marginal interest. Because, unless you're going to listen to them on vinyl, the CDs from '87 just don't compare to what they were able to do now.
Wow.
It's just sort of just beautiful sense of space and sound. And it's like, when you get a good stereo and you listen to some of your favorite records and they sound new again, you're like, wow, I've listened to this record a million times and I didn't know that part was in there.
I have those CDs from '87, and I can't imagine that stuff can sound any better.
Yeah, you'll be blown away. Pick them up. So, well, speaking of some older stuff, the last tour you did, Perfect From Now On, it was sort of a revisiting that record and playing that, and a bunch of different artists are taking that concept, which I think is really fun. Pixies were in town last week and did Doolittle, and saw Devo the week before do Are You Not Man, which is super cool. What was that experience like for you, revisiting those songs in the context of all of them together, not as just part of a set where you're playing new material as well?
Well, I enjoyed it. We had to go back and really relearn the songs, because over the years the songs had become different creatures, and everyone had forgotten what they were supposed to do. And so, it's fun to try to go back and try to recreate the record and, assign guitar parts to everyone that, to try to cover what we thought were the most interesting parts of the record that people would want to hear, little flourishes, kind of subtle things that to me were random, and whatever random thing we did live worked just as well or maybe better, but trying to get it to what people were familiar with.
Yeah. Was there any particular song that really seemed different or didn't seem more fun to play?
I don't know. And eventually we kind of, found a middle ground between what the record was doing and things that we really did think were improvements.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it a lot. I can play songs over and over again because I feel like within that there's a lot of places to go, and
Yeah.
and just trying to do it right. Just concentrating and whatever else happens when you're making music that makes you do it better than other times.
Yeah. Well, that's what we appreciate as listeners for sure, is just where you take those songs on any given night.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Yeah. And so I know there's been some shows on this tour where you haven't even played any of the new material. Does the set list change a lot, show to show?
Yeah, we make set lists every night. I mean, we don't know a huge amount of songs. We maybe know 40 songs or something, so we can't change it up. And then there's certain songs that we want to play all the time that we think are sounding good. And we've been playing at least a song from the new record, and usually 2 or 3 every night.
Yeah. Back to that idea of playing an album front to back, is there any artists that you would like to see do that?
Jimi Hendrix.
We'd all like to see Jimi Hendrix do Axis Bold as Love.
I'm sure there's tons of things that I would love to hear from start to finish, of course.
Yeah. Built to Spill live in the studio here on KEXP. Again, thank you for stopping by. Do you want to play some more songs?
Sure.
And feel free to do whatever you want.
All right.
Yep.
Let's play Life's a Dream, maybe?
satisfied, I mean accept. I don't need all those other chances I won't get. So roll on. Life ain't nothing but a dream. Realistic as it seems.
Built to Spill live in studio here, KEXP. Again, playing tonight and tomorrow night at Showbox at the Market. Little guitar change going on. Little tuning going on.
Hindsight's given me too much memory, too much never seen. It's always there.
Nice gentle landing. Built to Spill live on KEXP. So much fun. Can you keep that going for another hour or two?
You'd be surprised.
That is so awesome. Playing tonight at the Showbox at the Market, tomorrow night at the Showbox at the Market, then in Spokane on Saturday, and
Hey, we're doing a show in Boise,
a Boise
which
show.
is a benefit for Boise Community Radio.
Cool. When is that? Is that Sunday, Monday
It's
when you get
Monday.
back? Monday.
Yeah,
We can post a link to that on our website.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Sure.
Help us out.
Absolutely. Would love to do that.
Then we're getting matching funds.
Nice.
$3 to every dollar. So now's the
Seriously?
time to donate.
Absolutely. So you guys are giving $3 to every dollar?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That is happening on Monday in Boise, and we'll post a link to that information on the real-time playlist. And again, thank you so much for taking the time to play here today.
Thanks for having us.
And you guys are welcome anytime you want. And next time we'll put together a pickup basketball game. Doug, do you sport old school short shorts, or do you go with the baggy look?
No, really, really, really short ones. Yeah.
Really short ones.
Much
Awesome.
shorter than what you're thinking.
Really awesome.
Special.
We'll get our team decked out that way too. So again, thanks tons. Have a great rest of the tour, and happy holidays. Thanks for all the wonderful music.
Thanks, Kevin.
You bet. Thank you, Doug. And big time thanks to Kevin Suggs and to Janice and to
Thanks,
Hans
Kevin, Janice.
for helping out behind the scenes. I'm Kevin Cole. This is the Afternoon Show, KEXP.